Hello and welcome to another Grim Darkness battle report. We are playing a 1750 battle. We are playing a Maelstrom of War mission, which is contact lost. So we start with one objective each per turn. We have Lee's Ultramarines versus Pete's Eldar. Lee rolled to go deploy first, and he has deployed the following: his Land Raider and his Ironclad Dreadnought, and he is about to deploy his infiltrator squads, of which he's got 3 because he's got the 10th company formation. Pete has a Falcon, a Fire Prism, a squad of Guardians in a ruin, a Falcon Grav tank with 5 Fire Dragons inside, 10 Dire Avengers, a Wraith Lord, another squad of 10 Guardians, a battery of 3 D cannons and the Fire Farseers with them, and the Wraith Knights with the heavy Wraith cannons. Inside Lee's Land Raider is the Librarian Enclave, and off the board is a drop pod with 5 Stone Guard, and that's it. Okay, end of Marine turn 1, and the psychic phase was quite deadly. This Guardian squad that was in this building has been Maelstromed, Infernoed, terrified, and basically there's 2 left and they're running away. And there's a Soul Blaze you need to roll now, so quickly roll 4+, and nope, they're not on fire anymore. But I don't think they've got much chance of rallying. The drop pod came down, dropped off 5 Stone Guard, which destroyed the Fire Prism, which exploded and took 3 of them out. So there's only 2 Stone Guard left. The Land Raider moved forward and the Conclave got out, buffed itself up in psychic phase and levitated 12 inches into this crater. The Falcon took a hull point from the psychic shooting. The Wraith Lord took 2 wounds from that squad of snipers there. And that's about it for turn 1. They scored 1 victory point for controlling 2 objectives more than me, and they've got first blood. Okay, end of Eldar turn 1. The Guardians here didn't rally, but they rolled double 1, so they're still on the table. They took a snapshot at the Stone Guard but missed. The Falcon advanced and the Fire Dragons got out and took a hull point off the Ironclad Dread. The Dire Avengers jumped out of their trench, ran forward and took some snapshots at the invisible Librarian Enclave, not hitting them. The Wraith Lord advanced and fired a lance into the side of the Land Raider, but it didn't pen. Over here, the Wraith Knight took 2 heavy Wraith cannon shots at the Land Raider, both hitting. One rolled a 1 on the D chart and one did D3 wounds, hull points, so that's 2 hull points gone off the Land Raider. It fired its scatter lasers at the scouts in cover, but they've got a 2+ cover save due to their camo cloaks, so they're okay. The D cannon battery also fired at the scout squad, doing 6 hits, and one of them was 6 on the destroyer chart, so 1 scout was removed. And that's it for Eldar turn 1. Okay, end of Space Marine turn 2. The Storm Talon came zooming on. The Librarians came out of their crater and shot up the Fire Dragons that were there. Psychic phase, they buffed themselves up and they made the Dire Avengers terrified, who got shot up and also ran away. The Storm Talon finished the remaining Dire Avengers off as they ran. The Land Raider Redeemer flamed the Dire Avengers and killed the Wraith Lord. And the snipers just took pot shots at these Guardians here, which passed their cover save. So all in all, good turn for the Marines, and on to Eldar turn 2. Okay, end of Eldar turn 2. The Falcon backed up and took some shots at the Stern Guard, killing one. The remaining Fire Dragon hit the Ironclad but failed to penetrate, rolling a double 1 on his melter gun at close range. The combined fire of the Wraith Knight with his D cannons and the D cannon battery finally finished off the Land Raider, and the Swooping Hawks came in from reserve and annihilated that scout squad behind that wall. So that's about it for the Eldar turn. They have, however, scored 1 objective point for capturing that point there. And on to Marine turn 3. Okay, end of Space Marine turn 3. The Stern Guard took a shot at the Falcon but missed on a 1. The Librarian Conclave buffed up in the psychic phase and charged the Falcon, getting rid of the remaining hull point. The Ironclad wandered to the crater and missed with its melter gun. The snipers took pot shots and killed the remaining Fire Dragon that was there. The other sniper squad got down from that building and started legging it across the battlefield. The Storm Talon moved forward and took out this Guardian squad here, which also suffered some psychic attacks, so it's down to 2 guys. So we're looking good for the Space Marines. End of turn 3. On to Eldar turn 3. Okay, Eldar turn 3. Quick turn. The Wraith Knight advanced, took 2 shots at the Ironclad Dread, which saved 1 from the crater, but died on the second shot. And the artillery moved up. The Guardians just held that objective and scored a point, and the Swooping Hawks and the Warlord jumped back into the sky to come back, ready to come back down next turn. So over to Marines turn number 4. So end of Marine turn 4. Not much going on here except the Librarian Conclave buffed up with all their powers. They took a couple of wounds off the Wraith Knight, then proceeded to charge it. Now they've got warp speed, all sorts of stuff, so they swung with their force weapons and they killed the Wraith Knight by about 9 wounds. So that was pretty good. And the rest of the scouts moved up and claimed another objective point, leaving the score at 7-3 to the Marines, and the Eldar turn 4 to go. Right, end of Eldar turn 4, really quick turn, not much left alive. The D cannons didn't do much because they can't target with their barrage weapons against the invisible Librarian Conclave. The Swooping Hawks pinpoint landed here, took their difficult terrain check for landing in a crater and killed a scout. That's it, that's the end of the turn. I didn't score any more victory points, so it's on to Space Marine turn 5. Okay, Space Marine turn 5, the Librarian Conclave did their usual buff up, so they're invisible, and they took some pot shots at the artillery pieces, killing 1. The Storm Talon came zooming back on, killing a few Swooping Hawks, and the 2 sniper squads combined fire managed to take out the rest of the Sweeping Hawks, leaving the Eldar on his own, the Warlord. Space Marine scored another victory point for this objective here, the Stern Guard, on his own. So that leaves a score about 8-3 overall. On to Eldar turn 5. Okay, end of the game. I rolled to end the game and it's ended. Eldar turn 5. Briefly, the Warlord charged in, killed a couple of scouts in close combat, and that's about it, really. The guns here can't target the Librarian Conclave, so they just stood still. The final score is 8-3 to the Marines.